So, in the show Avatar: The Last Airbender, there's people who can control fire, people who can control water, people who can control air, and people who can control earth elements. And then there's the Avatar. So there's people who can control a single element. And then there's the Avatar who can control all of the elements. And I know you're reading the title, and I know you're like, what does this have to do with anything? But it will make sense. Just let me cook. Just let me cook for a little bit. So, when you're young, really little, and you're looking up to the people around you as your role model, whether it's your parents, whether it's your one of your aunts or uncles, whether it's an older cousin, older sibling, older relative, older family friend, whoever, you're seeing them through this avatar-esque lens. You're seeing them as, oh my gosh, they check all of the boxes and they're everything I want to be. I want to be just like them. And then you get older, right? You get older, you become more of your own person, more self-aware, more aware of human psychology, and you kind of start to see the people you looked up to through a different lens, and seeing their toxic behaviors and their toxic traits and their unwillingness to be aware of it or to fix it. And you're like, yeah, like that avatar lens is gone. Like it's not, and they may still check other boxes. Like I said, there's people who can control single elements, right? That's kind of how you see them now. They don't check all of the boxes. They might have certain traits that you look up to, like maybe they're financially well, maybe they're good at their job, maybe they're good at communicating with people, or they carry themselves well, but all of the other traits that you looked for in a role model, you kind of realize that they never had it to begin with, and it was just being naive and rose tinted glasses that made you see it that way initially. And it sucks because it's like you kind of start to notice that with other people you looked up to, and you're like, oh my god, like I need a new role model. What the heck? What the hell? And the solution for that, instead of looking for a new role model, is to become your own role model, right? Write down all of the traits you would want in, your dream person that you would look up to, and become that. Life is too short and your time is too valuable for you to be sitting and waiting and trying to look for and hope for and pray for your dream role model. It's a pretty it's a process, it's a process. It's a lot of self-awareness. It's the good, the bad, the ugly, really getting real with yourself and looking at yourself as a person. If I want to embody all of these traits, what do I need to do? What's stopping me? And what toxic traits do I have? What good traits do I have? What do I need to work on? That is a lot to work on. And it can feel isolating at times. It can feel isolating at times to be someone, especially like someone who's aware of generational trauma, why the people who you used to look up to, why they might have some of the toxic traits that they have, why they refuse to look at themselves or, hold themselves accountable for their negative actions. And you being the opposite, and you having all of that self-awareness and not being able to confide in them the way that you used to, it can feel isolating. And I just want to say it is worth it in the end. It's not a sprint, it is a marathon, but getting to know yourself, becoming your own role model, and getting to know all of yourself, it will build more trust. It will build an unbreakable bond with yourself, unbreakable self-trust, self-love, and it just heals so many parts of you. So you got this. I know things might look bleak right now, and you will get through it, and you will look back on it and be like, I'm happy I did this. I'm happy that I kept pushing. especially when things got tough with this. It's becoming someone that I didn't see growing up, or someone who I'd wish had been there for me. Being that person for yourself, being there for yourself, you wish that, being there for yourself in the way that you'd wish that other people would have been there for you. It's a very, it's very beautiful to come to that, and you will. And I hope you have a good night, good day, wherever you are. You got this, and yeah, peace out.